Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and staying home to keep yourself safe from COVID-19. Students, in the previous module, we discussed about the peninsular rivers. Here in this module, we are going to discuss about the lakes and role of rivers. Lakes. You may be familiar with the Valley of Kashmir and the famous Dal Lake. Often it is taught in your lower classes to make you understand, to get you informed these things which are there. The houseboats and shikaras, which attract thousands of tourists every year. Here, such kind of houseboats are used for the tourism purpose in the Dal Lake. Similarly, you may have visited some of other tourist spots near lake and enjoyed boating, swimming, and other water games. Imagine that if Srinagar, Nainital, and other tourist places did not have a lake, would they have been as attractive as they are today? Because at these places, the lakes are the main attraction of the places. Have you ever tried to know the importance of lakes in making a place attractive to tourists as the people enjoy the facility of lake provided? Apart from attraction for tourists, lakes are also useful to human beings in many ways. As we know that usually these lakes are often taken as a picnic spot for the tourism and enjoyment for recreation. But some other uses are also there in many ways that lakes are benefiting the people. India has many lakes. These differ from each other in size and characteristics. Most lakes are permanent. Some contain water only during the rainy season, like the lakes in the basin of island drainage of semi-arid regions, like desert areas. If some lakes are there, so there, of course, there is a possibility due to the lack of rain and seepage of water, the lakes would have lower quantity of water during the dry season. There are some lakes which are the result of action of glaciers and ice sheets, while others have been formed by wind, river action, and human activities. Here one example which we have already discussed in the previous one module. A meandering river across a floodplain forms cutoff and that later develops into Oxbow Lake. As here in this figure you can see how a meandering river is converted, means a region for making Oxbow Lake. How this Oxbow Lake separated from the main river and now it is in the form of lake. Spits and bars form lagoons in the coastal areas. Example is Chilika Lake, Pulicat Lake, and Koleru Lake. What are these spits and bars? These are the sediments deposited by the sea waves, which are brought by the sea waves from the depth of that sea and deposited at the bank at the coastal region, and slowly that area lifted up, and this is separating the this kind of crater part in a form of lake. So you can see here as here barrier island is there and this is bay mouth bar. So bars and spits are created and that way lagoon lakes are formed. Generally lagoon lakes are that lakes which get water from rain as well as from the sea or ocean. So this way they get water from both the ways and they have mixture of soft and saline water. Lakes in the region of island drainage are sometimes seasonal because as here example is Sambar Lake Rajasthan which is a saltwater lake and you can see how in large quantities salt is produced by using water of this Sambar lake. Its water is used for producing salt. Most of the freshwater lakes are in Himalayan region because their water comes generally from the melting of ice, so the freshwater lakes are found in that area. In other words, they form when glaciers dug out a basin and which was later filled with snow melt. So generally that lakes are created by sliding off or force of the glaciers and afterward that gap, that lowland is filled by snow melt and then afterward it is converted in the form of lake. The Wular Lake in Jammu Kashmir, in contrast, is the result of tectonic activity. Tectonic activity is just movement of the different tectonic plates, as you students may have studied, because earlier it was in your syllabus, now it has been removed from your syllabus. That theory of plate tectonic. The Earth is made up of seven major and some minor plates. Earth crust. Earth crust is made up of seven major and some minor plates, and these means crust is not uniform. There are different plates and these plates are having joints, and at the place of that joint only sometime due to this tectonic activity there is movement, and that movement causing formation of fold mountain, formation of that rift valleys. So that way this due to this tectonic activity only whatever gap is created and afterward it is filled by the water and that way it is seen in the form of Wular Lake. It is the largest freshwater lake in India. The Dal Lake, Bhimtal, Nainital, Loktak, Barapani are some of the other important freshwater lake. You can see here Barapani freshwater lake here. This is a Nainital lake. After from natural lakes, the damming of the rivers of for the generation of hydel power has also led to formation of lakes. As you know that if the river is flowing from a valley region, generally it is done by making a dam, as here one dam has been created at the opening place, and then afterward the behind this dam a huge quantity of water is stored and that water is released in a controlled way by running a turbine through that released water. Electricity, hydroelectricity is produced. So lakes are great value to human being. A lake help to regulate flow of river. During heavy rains, it prevent flooding because if the lake is there, the excess water will go in these lakes. So during dry season, it is helping to provide water. So it helps to maintain an even flow of water. Lakes can also be used for developing hydel power as here example is given. They moderate the climate of surrounding. As you know that there is a huge quantity of water stored in these lakes, so the surrounding areas are moderated. The climate or the weather conditions in the surrounding areas are moderated and maintain adequate ecosystem, enhance natural beauty and help to develop tourism and provide recreation. Recreation means doing such activity which makes us happy. Now, role of rivers in the economy. How that role rivers play important role in the economy. Rivers have been of fundamental importance throughout the human history. From the beginning only, human being started to settle beside rivers. Water from river is a basic natural resource essential for various human activity. Therefore, river banks have attracted settlers from ancient times. These settlements have now become big cities. Make a list of cities. You can make a list of your cities in your states which are located on the bank of river, and you can get idea. You can collect this information like in your state, this Uttar Pradesh. Beside Yamuna River, there is Delhi. Beside Yamuna River only, there is Mathura. Beside Ganga River, there is Kanpur, Varanasi. So this way, number of places you can write and collect the information. Using rivers for irrigation, navigation, hydropower generation is a special significance, particularly to a country like India, because India is having a huge population and too many requirements for satisfying needs of the people. So that way it is providing an opportunity to help where agriculture is the major source of livelihood for the majority population. In this way, for providing food to the people, as having a huge population, these rivers are providing a very good opportunity for the irrigation through canal development, and that way it helps to improve the production in agriculture. Now, river pollution. The growing domestic, municipal and industrial and agricultural demand of water from rivers naturally affect the quantity of water. As there is a huge demand in these different activities, so there is a decrease are affecting, it is affecting the quantity of water, because whatever the renewability speed of the water is there, that is slower than our use in these different purposes. So as a result, more and more water is being drained out of the rivers and reducing their volume. On the other hand, a heavy load of untreated sewage and industrial effluents are emptied into rivers. When we throw these untreated sewage and industrial effluents, as here in example, you can see how much we pollute the river water. And if we pollute the river water, can we use in any form that river water afterward? Is it possible? This affect not only the quality of water but also self-cleaning capacity of the river also, because we know if we pollute a limited amount to the river water, river is naturally refreshing it by the help of different aquatic animals. For example, given the adequate stream flow, the Ganga River water is able to dilute and assimilate pollution load within 20 kilometers of large cities. So you can understand how, if proper flow of water is there in the river, then it can solve the problem of this pollution. But the increasing urbanization and industrialization do not allow it to happen, and pollution level of many rivers has been rising. Of course, rising. You can see the picture. Of course, this is picture of any riverside, and see the condition of our rivers. Concern over rising pollution in our rivers led to launching of various action plans to clean the rivers and like this there is one plan, NRCP, National River Conservation Plan. The river cleaning program in the country was initiated with the launching of the Ganga Action Plan (GAP) in 1985. The Ganga Action Plan was expanded to cover river under the National River Conservation Plan (NRCP) in year 1995. The objective of NRCP is to improve water quality of the rivers which are major water source in the country. Throughout the implementation of pollution abatement reduction work is helping to clean the river water. So this was all about in this chapter, students. Please revise the chapter and we'll meet in the next module with some more topics. Till then, bye all of you. Thank you. Have a nice day.